Yo, what's up, boys? Today we're going to talk about our thoughts on the new Taranis raid, and we're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. And today with me, I have my best friend, 1trick, who is a free to play player. He's going to be our free to play side. Obviously, I'm the whale. So we're going to have both perspectives from this. So we're going to have the free to play perspective, and we're going to have the whale perspective. Right. So, 1trick, go ahead and introduce yourself. You were in the live stream, so most people should know what your voice sounds like.
Yep, yeah. I'm here to be real.
Okay. So we're gonna
I
start
am
with
free to
the
play, yeah.
yeah, he is free to play. We're gonna start with the good stuff first. So good stuff is obviously one, you get star fragments for this every week. That's cool. Love to see it. If you can clear it, we'll get to that later. Uh, Two,
Mm.
we have our first free to play weapon skins. We have three of them. There's the book, there's the great sword, and then there's the staff. So free to play weapons skins. That's cool. We'd love to see it. And overall, I think the raid, aside from some very major things that I don't really like, is I think it's fun. I think the raid is fun if they fixed a couple of very important things that make the raid very not fun. But what do you think?
I like the idea. There's a lot of concepts in the game that are really good. Execution is just like is the worst shit I've ever seen, I think, actually. I think the perfect phrase is like they take one step forward and two steps back. So like obviously this being free to marketed as mostly free to play or like friendly for people to do, right? Like it's easier content. It is absolutely not that easy to do, right? Because a lot of this kind of came about because people wanted more star fragments, right? And
That's
they're
true.
like, okay, cool.
That's
So
true.
they're listening, and that's really good. I just think the difficulty on it is just a bit high, but I like the concept. Like the concept of it is very good.
I do think the difficulty on it is I think it's way too high. Personally, even from a whale perspective, and like me, like I think it's way too high. Um, I mean, I guess it's better than having it too low when everybody just shit stomps it. But right now, I think the scaling on it is really bad, especially if you're trying to do it in like a group. I've had people be like, "Hey, uh, can you help me do the Tyrannus raid? I can do the entire thing. I'm just like whenever I get to the last boss, I need 2 minutes left, or like I need 2 more minutes and I can kill the boss, right? So they just need like my extra damage to help them do the boss, and I'm like, cool, I can solo the raid, and I have extra time whenever I solo the raid. So surely this guy who can solo it with extra time, and the guy who can solo it and almost clear it, it just runs out of time a little bit. Surely we can do it together, right? Nope, nope, that's just not how it works. We can't do it. We run out of time, and we're like not even close. Like I think our best run, we had like the boss had like 25% HP left still when we ran out of time. Like that's crazy. That's insane.
I think that another big thing is that the perception of this is like upon being introduced, it was like, okay, cool. You know, we'll have a raid, we'll have something else to do, and that's cool. But like the implementation of it here is just so it's been so like negative.
Yeah,
Just because it's so like overwhelmingly difficult to do, right? And another problem is that the scaling on it is so outrageous. So the more people you have, the it just gets way harder. And it's marketed as like, all right, well, you're supposed to do this with friends, right? Like five of the people. So
yeah, yeah. They want you to do this with 5 people, but when you do it with 5 people, that shit's damn near impossible. Like everybody's
you have
doing
to
it
have
solo.
whales.
Yeah, everybody's doing it solo. You can't do it with 5 people. Like it's just not it's just not something you can do. Like we had an instance on stream where the boss like glitched out, and we were just hitting it for what, like 10 minutes straight. He was just
It was
standing
10 minutes
still.
straight.
Yo, he was just standing still. We had a full group. Everybody was just 100% uptime doing belt to ass DPS on the boss, and I think we got it to half HP for 10 minutes. 10 minutes straight of just damage. Half HP. Like what is that? Like actually, what is that? Like how much health is he getting per person? Like 1.5 times?
Yeah, the I've seen it literally everywhere. It's much more difficult to do it with more people versus solo, but also like doing it solo is still such a pain. Like
Yeah, it is. It is,
it's
especially
not
if you don't have Tiore.
it's not it's just not like fun to do. It just doesn't It's not fun right now. I don't like the whole tag mechanic. Isn't the first boss where you have to tag 20 times to lower his block?
So what I've learned that actually all of the bosses have some kind of tag mechanic. So the first boss is the block one. That's the big one. The other ones are smaller and can really be ignored, which is why most people don't know it. But obviously, the first one is the block rating, right? You got to get that. You got to tag 20 times. The Lady Bishop has a damage decrease, I believe, and you got to lower that whenever you tag. And then the King and Queen, the Queen herself has a burst resistance, and you lower that by tagging. Every single boss has tag, and then obviously Taranis just takes more tag damage. He gives you a buff that you do more increased tag damage. So it's like every single boss has some kind of tag mechanic associated with them, and it's terrible. I don't like the tag mechanic. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. The tag mechanic, we should not be building anything, any character around tagging. Tagging right now is entirely too glitchy, too inconsistent, too unfun, too everything. Like the amount of times I've tagged and get smacked instantly when I should have iframes is entirely too unfun for me to even like want a character that revolves around tagging, or a raid much less that revolves around tagging. It's terrible.
Yeah, tagging is honestly one of the most infuriating things about the game because you have iframes for the first like little bit of your character leaving and your next character coming in. But then before the next character that's coming in gets their attack off, you can be hit again. So you can just straight up die. And the other thing is you can't actually control where your character is tagging in at. Right? Like if you're not locked on, that's just it, right? And if there's like a bunch of different like mobs or anything, like how the old spider dungeon used to be, then you're just
You're
kind of like
just
out of
tagging
luck.
out whatever the fuck, dude.
Yeah, you're just tagging onto anything. And then you can still take damage. You can still die. There's been plenty of times where like I've died to Gila when tagging in because like she's the only target and she's doing like a bunch of attacks. And this was early on, like before Daisy.
Yeah.
And then she would just kill me. Right. So it's I don't know why they've designed Merlin around, like Ice Merlin specifically, around tagging and the raid around tagging. That it's dog shit. It's terrible. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. Them like you. Why did they release a entire mechanic and a character, a spec of the character built around this, and the tagging system is still bad?
Hmm.
They
And what's
like
even worse is that
it's stuff like this. It's stuff like this is just pure incompetence by the devs. Like I refuse to believe it's anything else because they do this in a bunch of different areas too. Right? Like having rare and uncommon weapons be better than SSR weapons on your characters, like having SR
yeah, various
weapons be
supports.
like the meta for your characters over SSR. Like all of this is just wrong, right? Like it doesn't make sense. And obviously they agree because they've been changing a bunch of this, right? Like they've even had to adjust prices and everything. And I know I'm kind of like slightly ranting, but like this is
Yeah, no,
just
you're good.
one of many examples of the devs like not really fully getting there.
Yeah.
And they're having to like backtrack and kind of fix their problems. But that also leads into my biggest complaint is that free to plays are getting fucked over because we're investing resources and everything into, let's say, SR weapons or whatever. And
Hmm.
let's say they make a change next patch to where SSR weapons are crazy and you could have saved all those resources for whatever else, right? Like
Hmm.
that just feels bad and you don't get enough compensation for that, right? So I'm having to build unoptimally in the grand scheme of things or like inefficiently, and I'm not getting anything back. And it feels terrible. It makes me like not want to invest in anything because it's like that's not how it works anywhere else and they're still changing it. So like
Yeah, where the like gluttonous longsword is like a perfect example. Like everybody was making gluttonous longsword at the beginning. Turns out black flame was better. So then people started like pivoting to black flame. Now gluttonous is back to being better. And it's like, bro, what are we doing? Like, why was gluttonous just not better from the beginning? But,
yeah, and not to mention um re-rolling engraved gear passives, right? You had to make
oh
an
yeah.
entire new set
Yeah.
before, right? And
Yeah.
that cost of like a ton of plat, right? Like so
The plat and the grave
clearly
seals is the big thing. Those brilliant seals,
yeah,
dude, you only get like one a week. Like,
yeah.
holy.
Unless it's through an event, yeah. So it's just like
Yeah.
it's just one a week. So like, this is like just one of like many problems that like every single free to play player has
Mm.
experienced. Like it is so painful to have to like go through that because like the content you have to do it unless you're getting carried, right? You've got to do this unoptimal stuff in the long run, and it's like it just doesn't feel good, right? Like it would be different if they were just like sticking to it and not changing anything, and they're like, yeah, it's just kind of the
Mhm.
way it is. It's like whatever, all right, if that's how it's going to be, whatever. But they're they're
Yeah,
changing stuff, right? They're changing the prices
yeah,
of things. They're making certain things easier to get, right? Like, and there's no compensation for it. So like, and this raid is just another example of them having a cool idea and just the execution being like abysmal. It's just terrible.
yeah. Because the raid in theory is cool. It is cool. It's
Yeah.
just it just wasn't executed as like what we wanted it to be.
Yeah. And the other thing is like, yeah, like being a negative Nancy and all that. It's very important to have like all these criticisms out because this isn't like small stuff, right? And even if you want to say it's like small stuff, small things build up into a big thing. Like if
Hmm.
you've got enough small grievances, that's going to lead into you being actually upset and then just quitting, right? Or not interacting with it, right? So all of this does matter and it is a big deal for people that like they're like, that's just the way it is, et cetera, et cetera. They don't give a shit about the game. I'm here to tell you right now. They can fake it. They're just LARPing. That's it. They're LARPers. They don't give
That's
a shit about the
crazy.
game.
Yeah, no,
If you give a shit about the game, you want to complain about it to fix it. Complaining is not
yeah,
just being lazy or a piece of shit or just shitting on the devs. No, I don't want to shit on the devs. I don't want to do that at all. I just want them to
yeah,
not fuck up.
yeah. We love
That's
the
it.
game. We play the game every single day, and
I want the game to
we
be
will
good.
continue to
Nobody
play the
wants,
game.
yeah, exactly. Like nobody wants your favorite characters or your favorite character's gear or weapons to be bad.
Yep,
Nobody wants that.
yep. Like right now, Merlin, we've people have actually like started cracking her. Ice Merlin is only good in the Taranis raid. Outside of the Taranis raid, Lightning Merlin is by far the best one. And it's like, why is Lightning Merlin the best one? Her weapon skin that people bought for her it's like her Morningstar skin is for the book. We can't put it on the wand. So people are gonna roll try pay money to get the weapon skin, and then they can't even use it or see it because the best spec is lightning. And it's like, why is their signature weapon not the best one? Their signature weapon should be the best one for every single character, and then the other one should be a little bit lower or situational.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't really. I mean, yeah, obviously, their best weapon should be the signature one. I agree.
I mean, because imagine if longsword, like if melee, his longsword wasn't the best and it was like axe. Like you just
Or
couldn't use
dual
Lost Vein
blades.
or dual
Yeah,
blades. Yeah, you just couldn't use longsword like your Lost Vein melee. Like you
dual
couldn't see
blades
your
melee
Lost
goes
Vein.
pretty hard though.
It does go pretty hard. But obviously, longsword's king, well, as it should be. Melee should be the blueprint.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it should be as well. I also have like another problem with the structure of the game is kind of weird because like generally when you release a new character or something you want to have content for that, right? And like one of Merlin's big specs is lightning, but there's no lightning content to do because Frozen Mines got removed.
Yep.
So
All you could do is sector
uh
three.
is a time space junction, yeah. So
Yep. And
that's
that's not really
that's
super
it.
fun to do. That's not super fun to do. And there's no leaderboard for it too, so there's no real reason to do it. And also back to your tag skill thing, by the way, with the iframes. Different characters have different iframes. So like
That's crazy to know that.
Daisy has one of the longest iframes when she tags in. She's like fully invulnerable for like 3 seconds when she goes in. It's
Oh,
like a
that's
wild.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Like you can be hit at the
I
very start. There's like a brief period at the very beginning where you can be hit out of your tag, but certain characters like Jericho or Daisy have really long iframes. Like Jericho's another one too, where like if you tag in with Jericho, she has really long iframes. Like as soon as she's out, she starts doing the thing. Like she's out like 2 seconds of iframes. Whereas characters like Manny, for example, have like 0.5 seconds of iframes, and she'll just be killed instantly.
Yeah, I think actually with the tag thing, you just give us iframes until we connect the hit, and then allow it. Like as soon as
Until
we're
we can
able
move
to
our
have
character.
control of our character, yeah, until we can control our character again, we have iframes like that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's not hard.
yeah,
That's
and
not
that's fair.
revolutionary, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's really not. Like I don't know why it's not that. That's not how it works.
yeah, it's dumb. Uh, like I also have another problem with the amount of bugs that I saw on the raid. The devs are just like either really being rushed and they have no time to do anything. They barely have time to breathe, or they are using AI for their jobs, and they're not actually humans. I don't know.
Yeah, the Black Rook
So
one
like,
is the worst offender. He not only resets. I have videos of it, by the way. It's actually on my Merlin run. He reset on me when I was inside the arena. I didn't get outside the arena. I was inside the arena. He reset and he went to full HP. Uh, what the fuck? And two, I've had this happen to me also numerous times, and I've only ran the raid like 5 times. He gets stuck on the chess pieces that are there. Like there's like decorational chess pieces, and he just gets stuck on the chess piece, and you can't tag swap because he's like in the air. I wish I had a footage of it. Like he's like in the air on the chess piece, and you can't tag because he's in the air. So the game's like freaking out, doesn't know what the hell's happening, and then you can't really auto him because he's doing whatever, and he just keeps like glitching up and down. He doesn't move, and it's like, okay, if this has happened to me twice, and I've only ran this raid 5 times, that's an extremely high likelihood that this happens if you just run the raid like 5 times. It'll happen at least once. And it's like I refuse to believe I'm just the fucking godsend of breaking shit, and they never saw this happen once.
yeah,
That's
I
assuming
don't.
they play tested it. That's completely assuming they actually play tested it.
I mean, even the funny thing is, even on the live stream with the dev account, bro was struggling to like clear it,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy.
370,000 HP and 6-star everything. P10 probably everything too.
Yeah. Um,
But
I don't.
let's
I don't think that they did any any testing on the raid at
no,
all.
I
There's
don't
no
think so. I
way.
mean, if they did, it was on that it was on that dev account with P10 everything, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we did it! Oh, yay! We can clear it. That's it. But they can clear it too. No, right? That's how that works." But let's let's start with what would we go about fixing it. Let's do like boss by let's do like general fixes first, and then we'll go like boss by boss because I have some things that I would like to say about each boss personally. But like general fixes, I think just one. All the bosses have less HP. I don't know the exact amount, but Taranis having 14 million HP, kind of ridiculous. I don't know why we have 14 million HP on that boss. That boss takes like 10 minutes to kill. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think. Uh, this is kind of a problem that they have is the two difficulty sliders that they are aware of that they I guess only have access to is boss moves around a lot, an unreasonable amount, or they're a stat stick and you just got to hit them a lot. There's no
Or timer.
yeah, or they do both, by the way. They're a stat
Or
stick
they do
and they
both.
move around a lot. And that is this it's the most infuriating combination to ever deal with because like your characters can get hit out of your abilities and basically like every single attack from a boss is going to knock you out of ability, right? So like not only do they move around a ton and that sucks, but
But you
they
have
have a
really
ton
small
of
damage
HP.
windows, and then they can just smack you out of your shit.
Yeah, and even if you have stuff that can't be interrupted, it's still annoying to have to try to chase them down. So they it's I don't know many people who enjoy just having stat sticks and very mobile bosses like that.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I definitely think Tyrannus raid would be much more enjoyable if they lowered the HP of everything, and then just like, in compensation, like lower the time too, like whatever, like because obviously everything's would be cleared faster, but like just it should not be a 30-minute experience. Like sitting here being locked in and actively playing for 30 minutes straight is crazy. That's a crazy ask. Even if it's only twice a week. Like that's insane. Like most of my runs took like 25, 24 minutes when I was first clearing them. Now I can do them a lot faster, but like still like that means most free to play people are also going to be like 28, 29 minutes. Like being locked in for 28, 29 minutes is insane. It should be like a 20-minute thing.
Yeah, I mean the timer thing, it's a bit weird, like the amount of time it takes due to like difficulty. I don't would it be cooler if it was shorter? Yeah, I don't really have the biggest problem with it being 30 minutes. If if they make it so it's easier, it doesn't take as long, that's cool. If not, the time specifically doesn't bother me. So
Yeah. And then I think the other thing that they do is I know that Merlin was obviously the character that they wanted to emphasize for this because obviously she released for it. But having every single boss have some kind of tag mechanic, let's not do that. Let's never do that again, actually. I understand that like in the future they're gonna do the same thing where like a character is gonna have some kind of gimmick and they're do not find the raid around that gimmick. Just give the character like Merlin or Bon or Elizabeth or whatever, give them like 20% more HP or 20% more attack, 20% more defense shatter, 20% more pierce, or like what? Just give them stats for being there, or maybe the bosses just take more damage from their gimmick, right? Don't design the entire raid off of hey, first boss tag 20 times or you're gonna get blocked on every hit. Like that. What? That's not fun. Like what if I don't have Merlin? Well, tag anyway. And it's like, well, no, my team doesn't want to tag. Well, tag anyway. And it's like, this isn't fun. Like, why am I doing this? Just make Merlin do more damage in the raid. That's it. Just you don't have to design the entire raid around her gimmick.
yeah, I don't like the block mechanic. I don't know anybody that likes the block mechanic. I think if anybody says they do, they just enjoy suffering, and that's you're the minority on that one. So
Yeah, I think every single boss with their block mechanic debuff thing for like tagging, like because all the bosses have a different one, but like all their tag mechanics, they should just be removed. Like there's no reason to be having this debuff on or buff on that like you need to tag 20 times. I understand it's Merlin's raid. Do something else. Just give Merlin stats. Make Merlin better when you bring her in. Like make the bosses weak to tag damage or something. They take 50% more damage from tag skills. Don't make it so every single team, no matter what you bring, has to do this tag bullshit just to play the game. It's not fun. So that's
yeah,
that's my first that's
I
my
do not
biggest thing,
think.
and I hope they never do it again for another raid. Like if the next raid is Liz and it's like you got to heal a certain amount or something and to do something, like don't do that because then people have to bring like Tiore or something and have to revolve their entire team around this mechanic.
Yeah, I do not like the idea that so like they didn't come out and say it, but I think that they lowered the resistances of the bosses, like the elemental resistances of bosses. So
I
that
think it
way if you're
is, yeah,
using like let's say that it's only weak to wind and ice and you use like melee, he'll still do damage, whereas before he would not do damage.
yeah,
Uh so like that I think that's what they did. And that's a great change. Keep moving more in that direction. I do not want to have to use the very specific mechanics for the very specific characters to do the supposed to be general content, right? Like I
yeah,
don't want to be hyper specific for the supposed to be general content for free to play and
yeah.
like everybody, right? It's like
Yeah, like make Merlin the best at the raid. That's cool, but like other teams should be able to play it, to do it and play it. If it's going to be something that we have to do every single week. But let's go about what we think would fix the raid. So number one, in my opinion, all the tag debuff buffs, whatever that all the bosses have, take that shit out. If you can't take it out, lower it. Right, the first boss having 20 stacks of that shit, take it to 10. Like if you can't just take it out completely because it's like in the code or whatever, lower it to 10. There's no reason to have me tag 20 times. That's insane. And speaking about the first boss, these chess pieces that fall out of the sky and do no damage, by the way. They do zero damage. All they do is stun you. That's it. The chess pieces are literally there just to stun you for the love of the game. Uh no. Take that shit out. That shit's so cringe. Especially like with the amount of times I've ran this raid like 5 times. That boss is, depending on what happens, takes me the longest out of almost every single boss. Like it'll take me like 6-7 minutes. But yeah, like it literally takes me like 7 minutes to kill that boss sometimes because like I'll just get CC chained by chess pieces falling from the sky. Like why do we have all these chess pieces falling from the sky? The Black Rook already does a lot of stuns and like AoE stuff and stuff on the ground and a whole bunch of like he pushes you and he shoves you and he has his shield that he puts up that If you hit him, he'll stun you and he'll push you back again. Like he already has a whole bunch of stuff that stuns you and moves you and makes the entire experience unenjoyable. You do not also need to add these big ass AoEs that also stun you and do no damage. That's all they do. They just stun you. It's just psychic damage, and I'm good. I'm just so good.
That's basically true damage.
Yeah, it's just doing true damage to my psyche. The Lady Bishop, I actually think is the best fight out of the entire thing. She's just a bullet hell, right? You just it's belt to ass. She
Bullet
doesn't move
sponge.
that much. No, bullet hell, because she has a bunch
Oh,
of lines that she spawns. So you just have to
oh
dodge.
yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I know what
you,
you're talking about.
yeah. She just has to you just have to dodge, and she doesn't really move that much. Like it's just belt to ass, dodge some lines. That's it. Great, perfect, love it. 10 out of 10, no notes. Next boss. Like yeah, that's how much I love it. And then the Black King and the Black Queen, for the most part, are pretty good. My only like real um, thing that I don't like about them is the whole there's like an hourglass gimmick that they have where like you hit the hourglass and then like both of them freeze. I don't know if that shit's bugged out or what. But I think the way it's supposed to work is you press the hourglass and then I think one of them is supposed to get frozen and then you stand anywhere that that person isn't going to hit, right? So the queen does the outside and the black king does the big circle in the middle. So if the black king gets frozen, you go on the outside, or well, you stay on the inside where the black king was going to do it. Then the black queen is going to do her attack, and then when the black king gets unfrozen, you go to the safe spot, which is where the black queen just did her attack, and then he does his attack, and you're good. However, that's not what happens most of the time. Most of the time, both of them get frozen, and then it's like both of them still do their attack simultaneously. I don't know how the fuck that mechanic works. I don't think anybody does. I've asked people. Nobody knows how it works. All we know is it doesn't really kill you, so we just deal with it. Why? I don't. Hello?
Why?
Literally, just hello. Why? Like, why are we doing this? Like, every boss doesn't need to have some kind of gimmick, dude. And then that's on top of the queen being like super burst resistant, which you just get by combo ulting. Um, and I don't think that's a bad mechanic at all, actually. So it doesn't really bother me at all. And then Taranis himself, now that I've done it more, I don't really think Taranis is that bad. I think Taranis sometimes does too many AoE attacks. I think he moves a little bit too much. But out of all the bosses, other than Lady Bishop, I think Taranis is one of the best designed ones. It just took us a little bit to fully realize how the checkmate mechanic fully works. But obviously now you just use Merlin and you just do the whole thing and you just break all of them and you take like no damage. What do you think about what about the bosses?
Um, no, you kind of got it.
Oh yeah.
That's you. You kind of got it.
All right, let's talk about rewards because this is something I have a strong opinion about. Um,
Oh, how
right,
exciting!
yeah, right now you have to kill every single boss in order to get all the loot, which I think is good. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think full clearing should be the way to go. However, for something that is weekly and you know you can only do twice a week, why are the loot drops not like 100%? Why are the boots a 50% chance to drop? Why is the necklace a 50% chance to drop? Why are stuff like 50% chances like it should be 100% like guaranteed chance to get something from every single boss, like a piece of loot from every single boss. Why is it a percent chance? This is a weekly thing. We can only do twice. We can't farm this. Like my loot should be guaranteed.
Yeah. So with that specifically, the loot, I wouldn't like it either way if it wasn't guaranteed, but I have more of a problem with it because of the difficulty of the raid, right? Like if the raid was brain dead easy, okay, sure, right? Like
That's true. Yeah.
whatever, 50-50, like yeah, kind of sucks, but it's really easy to do, not a big deal. But the raid is not easy to do. So it takes a lot of effort and it takes a long time and you're not even guaranteed to get the loot. So it's just bullshit all around.
Yeah. It's yeah. So basically, your argument is just like if it was easier, it'd be fine. but it's not easy, so it's not fine.
Well, it's not. I'm not saying that it would be fine either way. I'm saying that I would feel it wouldn't feel
It wouldn't
as
feel as bad.
disrespectful, right?
It
Like
wouldn't feel as
they're
bad.
clearly not respecting our time with this, right? So that's the big problem. Is
Yeah.
it takes too long, it's too difficult, and the rewards are sometimes non-existent. So they are literally spitting in your face, not respecting your time with the entire process because they're
Yeah.
not giving you anything. It's not easy. It's not. It doesn't. You can't just repeat run it, and it takes on average 25 to 30 minutes to do,
Yeah.
however long, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that's if you first try it,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you just don't die. So yeah, it's just
Mind you,
it
it can be
doesn't feel
lowered, but
good,
like anybody's is doing lower than like 20 minutes is a whale.
right?
Like
I mean, let's say you
free to
even
plays
do
are
it in
not doing
20
sub
minutes,
20.
right? Like even if you do 20 minutes, we're super generous. That's still 20 minutes for not a guarantee,
Yeah.
right? So and it's not like I said, it's not like this is an easy thing to do if it's still taking you 20 minutes to do.
Yeah, and this
So
is for a gear set that, from what we're seeing, is one of the best ones because it has one of the best two sets, 3 sets, 5 sets. The 3 set gives 8% crit chance, which is more than the Arachne set, and then it gives you 15% crit damage on the 5 set, which is something the Arachne set gives you at 7 set. So a lot of people want to use this set on their DPS characters because there's not really that many combinations we can do right now, and the Arachne set just really isn't worth it because it's 5% crit chance. It's like, who cares? So, and this set is like, from what we've seen, the best for Merlin on ice. So this set is like this for one of our characters that just released, and whether or not we get it is complete RNG, and it's a weekly lockout. Uh, okay, like you might get Merlin, and you might not even get her armor until the new character drops. What? Like, I could get Liz before I actually get like all of Merlin's armor. That's crazy to me. That's insane. Which is like the same thing with the new blueprint with the SR magic crystal shards and the SSR, the one magic crystal shard you get for it. It's a
oh
monthly
my
lockout.
god.
It's a monthly lockout. You can only make 15 a month. You need 50 for one weapon. Bro, characters are coming out faster than I'm gonna be able to up 6-star weapons if I'm just making stuff through blueprints. Like, I literally will not be able to
This
keep up with the content.
this is another instance of like the devs just like spitting in our face. You have to use 15 of the SR crystal shards to get one SSR crystal shard. I think it's crystal shard, right?
Yeah, it's crystal
That's what
shard.
it's actually called.
Yeah, that's what it's crystal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you need it's a 15 to 1 exchange rate, and you need 50 to max out a weapon. Like that and
yeah,
there's
and every
also a
every
weekly
character has
limit
three
on it.
weapons. Every character has 3 weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally will not be able to, at this current rate, even with whales, like with me, right? Like, I do not get enough SSR magic crystal shards, even with
Sorry, there's
me
a
like,
monthly limit.
yeah, there's a monthly limit. Yeah, so
Yeah,
like, even
which is
even with
worse.
me getting, the new weapon crafting blueprint every week from the shop, from the exchange shop, right? I'm a whale. I just, I buy things, I buy whatever I can, but everything's locked out, right? Everything's got a weekly or monthly lockout, so I can only buy so much. So even with me buying all that, I can't fully 6-star every single like weapon we've gotten for like the important stuff, right? Like my Merlin, she has a level 3 book. I can't do anything. I don't have any more SSR magic crystal shards. Like, what? My my Clothos rapier is level 3 as well. I can't do anything. I don't have any I don't have any crystal shards. Like, what what do we do? What are we supposed to do? Like, we're just supposed to pick and choose like only one character, one weapon. It's not even one character, one weapon. It's like one character, one weapon, and then you're gonna have to skip another character, and you're not gonna have to even use any of the weapons. And then maybe on the next character, maybe you could get their weapon, but only one weapon, not three. You don't have, can't be having too much fun out here, you know. Don't get greedy.
Bro,
It's
this is
like,
a farming game, okay? Like I'm gonna keep saying it until they fix it. They released a new area just to give us a new ore, just so we could use it for the new character. That's it.
yep,
Now put that on your farm list because that's going to be used for something else in the future. Like they,
yeah. Same
they
thing with
put
the
more
Wasteland
effort and
Amber.
thought into their resources they put on the map than they do into the boss fights.
Yep, I was actually farming today. Um, while I was answering questions in my Discord, I was just farming, and it took me like 2 hours to farm everything that I wanted to, and then even after that, I could still farm more stuff. So I farmed like all of the stuff that I need for lightning and cold enchants, right? So all like the side stuff. Then I farmed all the rubies and topazes that I needed, and then after that, I farmed my plat, my sunstone, my malachite ore, my wasteland amber. Farmed all that. Then after that, I was running pretty low on silver, so I had to go farm some silver for a little bit. And then after that, I also noticed I was pretty low on gold as well, so I went and farmed a little bit of gold. Like, bro, like the amount of stuff I can just sit here and farm endlessly is crazy. Like, I'm not even playing the game; I'm just grabbing stuff on the map. It should be reverse. Like, we spend 10, 15, maybe 30 minutes actually playing the game and doing boss fights, and we spend 2 hours farming. It should be the opposite.
So yeah, so no, I completely agree, by the way. So I actually think I don't know how many people like listening have played Grand Cross, but that was Netmarble's other game. Netmarble is the company that controls Seven Deadly Sins, the gacha game. So Netmarble has the other game, and is a card game. They got away with the same style there, where farming was like the big thing, but you could auto do that because it was a card game. So you could go do
Yeah,
other things.
you
You could
just set
cook
your
food.
game
You
on
could
auto
leave it
repeat,
on
whatever.
overnight.
Yeah,
You could wake up in the morning, set your account to farm whatever while you were at work all day, and it would, right? So you got around this whole farming thing by just doing it for you. You can't do that here. So they got
yeah,
to cheat with that, and that's why it worked. And I think they're trying a lot of the same things that worked in that game, but they're trying to bring it over here, and none of it will work.
yeah. Because
It's
this is an open
all
world. There's an open world
bad.
game. You just can't one to one it.
Yeah, and they don't. I think they just have no idea what to do with an open world game because there's too many similarities between the two with
Yep.
different things like that.
Block.
Um, wait, what you say?
With block, why is block in this
Yeah,
game? Like, block doesn't make any sense in this game. This is like a hack and slash. Why? If I hit, I hit. Like, what?
yeah,
Like, it made
and
sense in Grand Cross. It doesn't make sense here.
yeah, and the combat, they're not, let's be real, they're not taking it very seriously. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, the combat is pretty fucking bad in the game. It's got a good idea, and like they are even aware that it's not great because they actually had to change the dodge system before release.
And it's still
So now
not
you
great.
get like essentially two dodges, yeah, but like you can still
Still
get
not great.
locked in place, right? Like I've had a couple instances, I don't know how many people like how common this is, but there will be a couple instances where I'll be like in a corner and I'll try to dodge and I'll get the dodge and I'll get like the extra dash with it, but I won't move because I'm body blocked between a wall and the boss. And then the boss just hits me because I'm out of stamina. Because by the way, even if you perfectly dodge, you don't get your stamina back, by the way, which you should. Um, and so then I end up just dying because like I can't
Yep.
get past the boss, even though I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just
Yep.
it's pretty dumb.
Let's not mention that if you actually dodge how you're supposed to, where you dodge like right before you get hit, you'll get the animation that you dodged, and you'll still get hit.
Yeah, though their
That's
dodging is
terrible.
either like
It's terrible.
it's the worst shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It makes no sense in
I'll
any way
literally
you
like
think about it.
I'll literally be in the zone sometimes. It's just be like super locked in, and I'll just press right click at the time that I'm supposed to dodge, and I'll take a hit. I'll be like, oh right, I'm supposed to press it like a little bit before. My bad. Like, it is just not how it should work though. Like, if I press it right before I'm getting hit, like damn, I should get rewarded for like that. I should get more stamina back or something. Like, but no, the game says, "Ha,
Like
here's the animation. Also get hit."
the only thing they need to do to kind of like well, it's not the only thing. Let's be clear. The first step into fixing it is making it so if I get the perfect dodge, I get my stamina back. I don't lose stamina, so that allows me to keep dodging the boss that is going to be jumping around or spamming or doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I should be rewarded for perfectly dodging whatever is thrown at me. Instead, the only thing that I'm getting is I'm getting worn down. So now my next dodge, I'm gonna lose more stamina, and then like, yeah, it's a whole thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
and there's intermission phases on certain bosses. Like Dragon's a good one where you need to dodge a bunch, right? And you don't get stamina back. So if you mess it up, well, you just missed a dodge. Congrats, and you can't recover from it. There's been a couple instances where I just ran out of stamina, even though I'm perfectly dodging everything, and it feels terrible.
No, I've had that happen to me all the time.
So yeah, there's a lot. Like, and also when I dodge, I should go. It should be like, what's a good word? I have words from other games. I just don't know. Like transparent. Like I should be able to go through the boss when I perfectly dodge. Right.
Yeah, you should
Nothing should
like
stop
ghost
me.
through it.
Yeah, like I should be able to phase through anything in front of me if I perfect dodge. So that way I cannot. So that way I won't get caught in corners or on the boss that has a hitbox that's way too big for some reason that's blocking me.
Yeah.
Like these are all things that have actually happened. So,
Oh,
but
multiple times.
it,
Multiple times.
yeah, like to the
All the
point that
time.
I don't, yeah, I don't even have a specific instance because it's just so common.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody listening has also probably had it happen to them too. So
Yeah, and by the way, if anybody listening has ever played Wuthering Waves, there is multiplayer in that for PvE, and their combat system is the greatest to ever do it. So I don't know why we can't just do it here in Origins. Like,
yeah, just copy them. I mean, we copied Genshin, so fuck it. Shamelessly copy Wu Wa's dodge. Like,
yeah, yeah,
just do it.
just
Just
the
do it.
dodge. It's fine
Yeah, just do
because they
it.
kind of want to do the same thing anyway. Because after you get
Mm-hmm.
the perfect dodge, you get like the little mini freeze frame.
Yeah, you get like a
So
slow mo.
yeah, so they're kind of trying to do it anyway. Just
Yeah, so just
commit.
do it. Yeah, just commit. Just do
Do
it.
your
Fuck
own
it.
version where it's not dog shit and I can actually dodge on time. Like
But we are getting a little off topic. Closing
I
thoughts on the raid.
um 2 out of 10 needs fixed.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10
Nice.
needs fixed. Fixed it
Um,
now, devs.
for me, it's I like the idea. I like the concept. I think the raid is cool. Poor execution. So 4 out of 10 for me. I think it's cool. I think there's too many to be fixed though. It's extremely buggy. The Black Rook literally resets himself when you're in the arena. What the fuck? He bugs out. There's too much. They went too hard on the gimmick with the whole tag skill bullshit because they wanted Merlin to be good on it. Like, just give Merlin more stats. You don't have to make the entire raid around her because now she's not even good on anything else. Her ice spec is not good in anything else other than the raid because you balance the entire raid and her around the tag bullshit. And now when you try to take her into other stuff that she's supposed to be strong into ice, she's not good in it because she was bounced around the raid. Terrible. Don't do it. Stop. This is the one and done. Everybody gets one. And then bosses just have too much HP, honestly. Yeah, especially with co-op, because you're supposed to do it with 5 people, and right now I don't think anybody's doing this with 5 people. I think every single person that's done this is doing it solo, maybe as a duo. That's it. I don't I don't know that many people in my community that have done it as like a full 5 man. There might be people out there. Let me know like what you guys' experiences are, and like let me know if you guys were all whales, or if you guys are like dolphins or low spenders, or if you guys like all have Merlin. Like, what was the situation that you guys had in order to do this? Because right now, for free to plays, if you don't have Merlin, this shit's kind of cooked. I know a lot of people in my server right now who have tried to pull Merlin or are still pulling on Merlin, but they don't have Merlin.
I'm
And
people.
yeah, he's people. And I've had other people who are not him still attempt to do the raid, right? So they do longsword Manny because they don't really have anybody else. They could do Elaine, but Elaine isn't really too great either. They don't have Clotho, obviously, because they're free to play. And they don't have a P9 melee that can just server admin the entire raid. So they try Longsword Manny, and I'll be honest, I tried Longsword Manny. That shit was not it. It was it took a very long time to do the raid, and I got to Taranis with like 8 minutes left, and that's not enough time to kill Taranis. That's nowhere near enough time to kill him, especially with how slow I was going. Like I would probably need like 12, 15 minutes to kill Taranis with Longsword Manny. So, and she's ice, like she's supposed to be good in that raid, but she's not because they went too hard into all the tag mechanic bullshit. So if you're not Merlin or just melee and just breaking through everything with sheer numbers and stats, then you're just not doing anything. I think I've heard people say that like Windstaff Clotho can also do it, which is cool, but she's like a whale character, right? Like free plays didn't really summon on her, so most people don't have her. Right? Even if they do, they only got one copy. I haven't seen any gameplay of like a P4 Clotho doing it. Um, if you've been able to do it with P4 Clotho, let me know. sounds cool, sounds interesting. I haven't tried with Cawthon myself because mine is P8 and I'm more than capable of doing it with Merlin, so that's how it is. All right,
Yep.
boys, that's it for the podcast. You guys have a good one. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it.
Goodbye, chat. Goodbye, YouTube.